kids. So let's pick up right where we left off in Joseph's story. Right now, there's no food anywhere apart from Egypt, and Joseph hasn't seen his family for a very long time. Shall we hear what happens next? When I say crick, you say crack. Ready? Crick, crick, crick. Joseph couldn't believe his eyes. So many people had been coming to him to buy food, and now his 10 older brothers had just walked into the room, bowed down in front of him and asked if they could buy food. It was just like his dreams from all those years ago. And now they'd come true. But Joseph's brothers didn't recognise him. They didn't know who he was. He did look very different now. Joseph had a choice to make. Stay angry with his brothers for being so mean to him and get his own back on them, or let go of the past, forgive them and help them. What do you think Joseph did, kids? Well, Joseph chose to forgive his brothers, but even though he really wanted to give them a big hug and tell them who he was, he wasn't sure if his brothers had changed their nasty ways. So he decided to give them a little test. Joseph invited them to a meal and gave them lots of tasty food. He was really happy to see his brothers again, especially his youngest brother, Benjamin. He was also really sad about everything that had happened. It all got a bit much for him. Joseph went outside the room and cried. When he came back, he sent his brothers off with bags bursting with food. But he still needed to see if his older brothers were as mean as before. So Joseph hid a silver cup in Benjamin's bag. Then he sent a servant after his brothers, saying, "Someone's stolen my master's silver cup. Whoever did it needs to go to prison." "We didn't steal anything, we promise," the brothers said. They searched through all their bags until, oh no, they found the cup in Benjamin's bag. They rushed back to see Joseph. This was the moment he'd been waiting for. Had his brothers really changed? Benjamin was now their dad's new favourite son. Would they leave him in Egypt to be thrown in prison and go off home without him, just like they'd done when they'd sold Joseph into slavery? Joseph's brothers fell to the ground in front of him. "Please don't put Benjamin in prison," they begged. "We promised our dad we'd bring him back with us. He's already lost one son. He couldn't cope with losing another. One of us will go to prison instead of Benjamin. We can't bear to upset our dad like that." And just like that, Joseph knew that his brothers really had changed. He couldn't hold it in anymore. He started crying again and said, "I'm your brother, Joseph. Don't be upset with yourselves for what you did to me. I've forgiven you." At first, his brothers couldn't take it in. Could it really be true? Was it really Joseph? Joseph had to tell them again. And then his brothers started crying too. They were so happy to be together again. See you soon.